wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Jess is on maternity leave, so Lauren LaRosa is filling in, and we got a special guest in the building.
The icon living.
Yes, Miss Erykah Badu. Welcome back.
Peace, peace, peace.
How you feeling?
How you feeling?
Exquisite.
There you go.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you noticed last time you weren't here, the art wasn't up, but you see the art now?
But look how you centered, though.
Yes,
Look what y'all
Senate.
did.
You got Queen Mother blessing the whole room.
That's
Well,
right.
I gotta pull out the pussy then.
What?
You got Badu pussy on
Where's
you?
my purse?
You got the incense?
I got it.
I've been burning them incense since you dropped them.
It's in this purse.
She said she need the pussy. I saw y'all two together at the awards
Yes.
yesterday.
Congratulations on that, too. Congratulations on receiving the CFDA Fashion Icon Award.
Oh, thank you very, very much.
I have no idea what that means, but
super
I feel
proud.
like you deserve all the awards.
Well,
so congrats.
They say, I found out it's the Oscar of fashion.
Really?
Yeah. So that award means a lot to people in the fashion industry. And thank you, sis. And to us as artists as well, creators who are.
I love how this
constantly
smells.
Trying to, evolve our culture.
Okay.
So that means a lot to be recognized.
It's always felt like you had an effortless style. Do you really put a lot of thought into how you dress?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes I do, and sometimes it's just grace.
Blow that.
It just
Pause.
happens. Yeah.
There you go.
You're not supposed to blow out incense. The old Googles don't like that.
Why you tell me to blow
I
it
told you
out?
I'm
I'm kidding, but I'm not. I'm kidding, but I'm not kidding.
Okay.
I'm just trying to say
The fire
it's
alarm's
not
about
me.
to go off.
It ain't on me.
We got so much of this at the house.
Y'all do?
Yeah, when you first put it out a couple years ago, absolutely.
Now, you said during your speech that this was an award that you wanted for a long time. Was
Yeah.
that true? That long?
Absolutely.
You said as a child?
Since, I didn't even know that you could get an award for that, but just wanted to be recognized for the canvas that I create when I go out. I mean, it's really important to me. It's my therapy. I can't leave without having my, like I said in the speech, shit together. It's just something that came with my head. It's a nagging thing. Make sure your shit is together. And sometimes when I don't try really hard, it sometimes gracefully comes together. I guess maybe because of my intention. The fashion gods gave me the keys out here in these streets. So
Where you get it from? Your mom, grandma, pops?
definitely my mama.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely Colleen Wright. They used to call her Twiggy in high school after the model because she was just so original. And she had bleached her hair white. She was a really skinny kid with big eyes. She's really creative. Yeah.
And how difficult is it for you to have so much of a fashion sense, right? Because you travel a lot. How much luggage do you have to carry? How much do you go shopping?
You seen my luggage.
I know, that's what I'm saying. You carry a lot of freaking luggage. Like
Let me
her luggage
explain.
has her own bus.
Wow.
Well, I'll explain that.
I'm here for it.
When you're your own stylist
Mm-hmm.
and your own makeup person and your own hair person, and then I do the band's wardrobe, and they're just instruments and all kinds of things. So I carry a production. So I like to see the vision all the way through and have my hands in it. There's a word for that. An artist who has their hands in every aspect of the work of the vision. It's called a auteur, I think, AUTOIR, auteur, and that's they describe it as an artist or a visionary who has an idea and has to see it all the way through in each department because they have the ability to do that.
So you write a song and you know what the video gonna look like. You
All
know
of
what
that.
you're gonna wear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
You talked last night about your best friend who accompanied you to the awards.
Alfredo.
And Alfredo and him introducing you to a lot of the fashion houses
Yes.
and stuff like that. Were fashion houses always like open and like rushing to support you and all of your creative ideas, or did you have to? Was there a fight? Because a lot of artists talk about it being a fight trying to get into the couture houses.
It was I was out since 1997, and social media was really the opening to a lot of these relationships because they could now directly get to the artists where they probably didn't know how to get to the ones that they wanted to feature before.
Right.
But the first person that reached out to me was Tom Ford. Tom Ford wanted me to do a perfume ad, White Patchouli, which was his natural incense flavors.
What year was this?
This was 2002, maybe.
Oh, okay.
2002. Yeah, so that's Tom Ford. And Tom Ford's from Texas as well, so we kind of formed a bond. And I guess as I evolved, my style, other houses or artists, because it's really the creative director who is the person. He is the house at the time because his vision is trusted most. And they started, kind of paying attention to, the gaudiness or the freeness or the hobo chicness. It's been called all kinds of things. But, they caught notice. And next was Roberto Ticci, and he was the creative director of Givenchy at the time. And that was my first full campaign. And he let me co-style with him and put things together. And I think it just, after that, I was kind of, I was on the radar for certain things. Definitely the page to go to if you want to know what's next.
Right.
Yeah.
And how do you pick, like last night you were in Tom Brown, or the other day at CFDA Awards you were in Tom Brown. How do you pick which designers and which houses now you want to work with? Because I'm sure they're all banging. Like
Well,
you can do anything you want now.
Right. And I picked Tom specifically for this event because he's the chairman of the event.
Yes.
And he's also a very, very good friend of mine. And his art is just so amazing. So I thought, since I was being honored, I would also honor him by wearing one of his pieces. And I chose one from Runway, and a really beautiful architectural shape, real pretty. And I said, but I need something futuristic, ancient to go on top, And I saw this AI. I think you saw this post this morning. I'm not sure, but I saw this AI rendering of this headpiece. And I reached out to the person and I told them, this is really beautiful. I would love to challenge a designer to bring this to life in the 5D world, 4D world. And he said, okay. So I called a friend, Chris Habana, who does a lot of crafting and amazing jeweler. And he said yes, and he had 3 days, and he pulled a team together, and they did some what do you call it? Some
renderings.
Yeah, they did some. Put it in a machine. It's plastic. You can make a gun with it. You can make a house with it now. 3D printing, right? Yeah, they did some 3D printing to try to really. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Do you remember where you were at when you got the call that you was getting the CFDA award?
I was at home, and my agency forwarded me the email. I was like, wow, okay, it's good. It's good stuff. That's good.
Did you immediately know what you was going with? Did you see that vision?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not. This thing was 3 weeks away. Yeah. I didn't know I was going to wear it tomorrow at that time.
You've done capsules before with people and collaborated. Have you ever thought about just straight
I don't like
out?
how you trying to talk low and soft just because everybody.
She
You don't even talk like that. You know what I'm saying?
every time she comes up, I do
You don't even
that.
talk like that.
I gotta calm down.
Every time she comes up, I do that though. I don't know why.
I want to be in the vibe.
She put you in the vibe.
Yes.
But I was gonna ask,
I will never blow the instant again either.
when it comes, you ever thought about doing your whole line, like a full clothing line from Erykah Badu, from Rooter to Tutor, and everything in between? And
I have thought about that. I had a chance to practice that with Marnie and Francesco Riso. We did a collab, Marnie and Badu, last year. A lot of things happened for me in fashion last year.
right.
There were the last 2 years. It was my first fashion week. So that's when I really started to catch the bug. And I met Francesco because we went to the Met Ball together. And we drew up some things and talked about some things and had a capsule line that came out. And these sleeves are part of it.
Mm-hmm.
The collab was everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It was?
What?
so
Yes,
fresh.
everybody was in y'all collab in Marnie. That was your first fashion week?
Yes.
Oh.
Like you attending? Or like, what do you mean by that?
Yeah, it was my first fashion week in 2023. Yeah.
Wow.
First.
And that was, so during that time, that collab is
No,
when you-
22.
Is
Yeah.
that collab the collab when you got to work with your daughter Puma too with Marnie, or was it a different?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And how did that feel? Because like, okay, we see LeBron and Bronny on the court, and they're like,
Yeah.
but like this is your lane, and now your daughter's
Yeah.
coming into it, and y'all are working with a fashion house.
Yeah.
How did you feel just doing that with her?
It was surreal. It was a dream, because Puma is such an individual person that I didn't know what direction she wanted to go in, and I still don't. She's 20, so she's kind of finding her way. And sometimes when your kid is an artist, they don't want to follow your shadow.
Yeah.
They want to find their own thing, But she was cool with supporting me and standing beside me. And she was like, "Mom, I don't care. This is for you." So.
I want to
I
get
don't
back.
feel
So
like nobody
hold
could
on.
dress like you if they tried.
Yeah, well, yeah. Like, what happened with the line? Because
What that got to do with what we talking about?
Because even I feel like everything you do is spirit art, even down to your fashion.
Yeah, man.
So I don't know if you don't embody that spirit. I don't even know how that would even.
Charlamagne, you are such a wise person. You really are. Ever since I met you, you tap into things so well. I approach everything the same way.
Mm-hmm.
It's a feeling. I feel. Yeah.
So would you do your own line? Do you want to do your line, or that's not something that's in your cards for right now?
Absolutely.
Would you have the time for it?
Oh yeah, I would make time.
This is my last fashion question.
Why?
She got awarded with a
Okay.
fashion award this week.
All right, I didn't know. I didn't know if you wanted to get to other
I've been
stuff,
trying
and
to get
I'm-
this award since I was 6.
Okay, because look, I'm locked and loaded over here.
Ask
Okay,
me
so-
everything. I've been playing with paper dolls, trying to make sure that people, really appreciate my work. It's kind of like putting your picture on the refrigerator so your mom sees it.
Mm-hmm.
And you never expect your mom to say nothing bad. So it's such a shock every time. It's always new when people are disrespectful and mean. And all
People disrespectful and mean to you?
Oh, hell yeah.
Who?
I'll fuck them up.
Who?
I told somebody that the other day. Didn't I tell somebody that
I
the other day?
feel like you gotta feel like you going against
I said, we
like
don't
the
play by
gods to
Badu.
do that to you. Who?
I mean, they try it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm anointed and protected, and I don't have a heart. So they can't, they can't penetrate me.
What you mean you don't have a heart?
I'm joking.
Oh.
This is
I thought you meant I don't
put
care
that
about
pen
things. I'm
and
like,
paper
Jesus.
up. You don't have to take notes about this.
I saw online you were doing some interviews just after the awards, and you were wearing some Jordans.
Yes.
Were those that was a Jordan Virgil collab?
No, it
No.
wasn't.
Okay,
It was.
that's not true then, because they were saying it was like an unreleased collab.
It was an unreleased one, but it wasn't Virgil. It was Shoe Surgeon.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah.
People just give you like how do you
Yeah,
get
they
your
do.
hands on people online were going crazy over the collab.
Yeah.
And they were trying to figure out how you even got the shoes.
Right. Showed up at my door one day.
Yo.
I was like, yo.
All my fashion blog pages
Like,
are
these are
literally
the
trying to figure
illest.
out. Yes.
Shoot. Y'all zoomed in on it and everything?
I zoomed in because I'm like, I don't even see any of Virgil's he has the things that he does where
Yeah.
it's him. I'm like, I don't see none of that.
Shoe surgeons get busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Go ahead.
Yeah. Maybe I'm not gonna say nothing about that.
What?
Okay.
Nothing.
What?
What? What?
Damn.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about that?
It was my first time, so I'm
Yeah,
joking.
Oh, see,
I'm trying to throw off the audience so they'll know what I told you.
Oh,
Gotcha.
because I was sitting here like, wanted to hear your answer. I don't know what you just said.
We'll tell y'all another time when the news come out.
That's right.
He said, how'd
That's
you
right.
feel about
That's
that?
right. Now, you've always been an artist that's sensitive about your shit. You told us that a long time ago. But you said in your
True.
speech at CFDA that it's scary being an artist in the social media era. So
Yeah.
how has social media made that critique worse, I guess?
Yeah, it is scary. I mean, I've heard my own kids be afraid to express and share their art. Erykah Badu kids scared to share their art and express themselves because the audience is so vicious at this point, and they have such a huge appetite for blood,
Yeah.
and they want people to be disciplined and humbled and punished for their success. Almost,
That's right.
It's what it seems like. So that's why a lot of kids are afraid to, share their work or share their art or feel like they have to come at it with some kind of armor on, and that armor doesn't allow for the art to truly express itself, in my opinion. So it's a scary time for art. We didn't have to do that. We didn't have to deal with that. You heard the few little comments and things, but those weren't strong enough to penetrate a strong person. But these things are now, because when people come at you in numbers, we've talked about groupthink so many times. It's what it was a prediction that I made with Window Seat
That's right.
in 2010. Groupthink would overshadow art, and it is right now. Yes, because people can. I think it's very smart to get at the channels and even the whole instead of getting at the bloggers and the people, we see artists penalizing the channels themselves. And I think that's the smart thing, because that's what has to change. If there's no place to do that, then it won't be done.
I agree.
Will it get back to that
Children
ever, you
are-
think?
Huh?
You think it'll ever get back to where people feel comfortable releasing music or not hesitant because of the amount of people that go at them? I mean, we see it in everything. Comedy, we see it in movies, we see it in just regular conversation. People are afraid to be, quote unquote, canceled.
Yeah, it's kind of like if it's feeding season, you're a little bit more cautious to go outside. Squirrels are not gonna try to run free and not be cautious when it's lion season. So it might get back to it if we really want kindness, but kindness seems kind of boring to people.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of boring. People don't feel that there could be some kind of dopamine release from being kind or being right.
Does that make you hesitant to release music?
No, not me, but
You haven't dropped in 14 years.
14 years.
It's been
Yeah,
14
since
since
2010. New America
2015.
2. 2015?
When
But
was
you
the
can't use
mixtape
my
when you did
phone.
I Can Make You Put Your Phone Down?
Yeah, 2015.
Well, that's 10 years.
Oh, the
10 years.
But
that was the
damn sure,
Hotline
10
Bling.
years.
Like,
Yeah,
remake.
yeah.
Yeah.
But an album, you ain't put out an album since 20.
Well, one reason I don't have to is because I am a performance artist. And I've been doing that constantly for the last 30 years, 8 months out of the year. All year round I do it. So that's what I love to do. I only put out albums when I have something to say. Like I have something pressing to say or push out. But I have more than enough space to get my art out on stage. So it's not totally necessary to put out albums for me. Yeah.
I would just love to see the visions God has shown you. Because, like, if you look at your catalog, right, your catalog literally has predicted where we are now.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine the stuff you're creating right now, how far into the future you seeing things.
Me too. I mean, I'm writing right now. I got a project coming out soon.
A full album?
Yeah.
Wow.
But I can't tell y'all about it.
I'm gonna ask the
How
question.
soon? though?
Niggas be biting.
I just got goosebumps though. How soon?
It's gonna be soon.
Like by end of the
Soon,
year
soon.
soon or next year soon?
Well, We'll see. Yeah. It's an important one. It's a collab album.
Oh, you and another
Me and
artist?
Someone. Yes.
You're not gonna say who are you?
You get Andre 3000 to rap again?
He's a guy. So,
That's a guy.
just so y'all know.
Wow.
Do I think he'll rap again?
I say, is this going to be the collab album that gets him to rap again? And also, you can answer, do you think he'll rap again?
And why would you say, is this gonna be the collab album?
Because you
you're
said it's him.
assuming that it's him.
Yeah, I am. I'm asking.
You can assume whatever you want, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't think he has to. He's speaking with that instrument. It's the same thing. It emits the same kind of thing. Yeah, the way he make us feel when with bombs over Baghdad is the way he makes people who are ready for that feel. It's the same thing. It's his energy. It's
That's
his
true.
air. It's his wind. I feel it. That's the rap, to me. He rapping to me.
That's true.
Yeah.
I went to go see the New Blue Sun tour when he performed in Brooklyn,
Yeah.
and I felt very fulfilled.
Me too.
Very fulfilled after it was over.
I felt fulfilled because he was fulfilled. He was happy. He was doing what he wanted to do at his own pace. There was no urgency, to be right. He was happy with making mistakes. It was cool. I really enjoyed it, and I love improv. So I was happy he had a chance to get up there and express himself, because I don't know if you understand it, we have to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Or we may be sick or something. Artists who use their art as therapy or use their art as a coping mechanism. It helps me with all of the things that are off balance. I have to do that. So seeing him being able to do that, because I'm assuming that he may feel the same way I do,
Mm-hmm.
it's just such a blessing to have that platform to do it.
I can see where y'all are twin flames too, because he was on stage and there was one part of the show where he just started going, making all kind of noises, and the crowd was answering him back, and then he goes, I wasn't saying shit. I was just fucking with y'all.
Last night I keep saying last night. I don't know what date is coming out, but he presented you with your CFDA Fashion Icon Award.
Yeah.
On the way that, like, I know you reached out to him to have him present to you, and you guys had a conversation. He was saying,
I did. Well, it was a kind of tricky thing. I actually reached out to Tiana Taylor because I think she's next.
wow, okay.
Yeah, I think she has a really good grasp on art and fashion, functional art. I'm really impressed and inspired by her. But I asked her, and I'd asked Andre before, but he didn't respond. And then they came back and told me after I asked Tiana that Andre said yes. And I had to figure out how to,
Do both.
maneuver that,
Yeah.
because that meant a lot to her.
Oh, yes.
So I want to tell her I love you so very much, and I'm so happy that we're friends. And I hope that did not bring a wedge between us in any way. But that's Andre 3000, girl. And
Your best friend. You got to talk to people. You got to
Yeah.
talk through people to get to him.
no,
Oh, you just said they came back.
my sister
Okay.
told me that he responded.
Got you.
No. Well, sometimes, depends. How busy he is.
Yeah.
I'll follow proper protocol if I have to. Yeah.
How do you handle the challenge of balancing like your personal expression with the expectations that your fans in the music industry might place on Erykah Badu?
How do I do what?
How do you handle the challenge of balancing like the personal expression with the expectation the fans may have? Like they might expect you to show up a certain way all of the time.
That's fun. It's part of the art, because this career is an art. It's what it is. There's an art of longevity. There's an art of conceptualizing. There's an art of building a persona. There's an art of knowing when to divvy the art out, knowing when to pull it back. It's all an art. So what the people feel and think are very, very important. It's a major part of it, because they decide who and what you are. I like to surprise them. I like to give them what they did not know they may have wanted from me. because I hope that I'm doing whatever I'm doing presently as well as I was doing what I was doing in the past.
As an artist, when did you realize that you didn't give a fuck and you said you're going to do what you want to do? You're going to put out what you want to put out. You don't necessarily have to fit in the box of every artist. You don't have to follow the platform and said, this is it, take it or leave it. When did you get to that point?
In the contract negotiation in 1997, 95.
It was never a fair?
No, I mean, I didn't have to do it, you know, and they didn't have to do it. You know, I figured it was a partnership, and I was doing the record label a favor. I knew who I was. I knew what I was getting ready to do. I had a mission, and nothing was going to infiltrate it, not even my own fear and doubts. And I'm still on mission. Best work is still in me, and I have not accomplished whatever that is yet, because there's still this feeling of youth and greenness and growth. Yeah.
When did you realize you was on divine assignment in your life?
A little. Yeah, I always thought I was very, very special. Very anointed or narcissistic one, because I just believed it. I always have. Nobody can tell me that it's not true, that I have a mission and I am anointed and I am special and I am blessed, and that's why I choose service over anything, because I know some things come easier to me than they would to someone else. So I already know.
When you look at other artists, without saying names, do you see it in them like they're selling themselves out? I know they're different. Do you see that in a lot of artists, like they're selling themselves out for a check or selling themselves out for a label, where you see they can go something different? Do you see that a lot?
Envy, I don't know. I don't ever look at that. Yeah, selling themselves out for it. I don't know. People do what they have to do, you know, and it's not a race. We don't all have to be at the same understanding at the same time. You know, all artists don't have to be responsible for your kids, you know. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, people doing what they have to do. I remember needing money, too, and doing things, strange things with a piece of change. You know, like performing in venues I didn't want to perform in, or, yeah. So I don't know. I can't judge that. But what do you think about that?
I think sometimes they gotta realize their assignment, and I think we all go through that sometimes.
Yeah.
Realize why we're there, you know. And what made me think about it is, you know, when J. Cole jumped into that beef, and he came back and said, "This is not for me," and you know, press people ished on him and said this, that, and the other. But that was his assignment, and you can't be mad at his assignment. And even me as a fan was kind of mad.
He was on mission, right?
He was on a mission.
Yeah,
he realized it.
I understand that. Sometimes I believe that, you know, being on mission or your assignment is not always to do something heavenly and great and good. Sometimes it's to create some chaos so that you may shake things up. Fertilizer is put into a pot to disturb the roots. It's poisoning them, so they have to move. So, yeah, can't really judge it. You don't know what somebody's mission is, because it all counts. It's all matter.
And you don't know what journey God got them on.
That's right.
I mean, you don't get Malcolm X without Malcolm Little.
That's right. You don't get Erykah Badu without. I'm trying to think of a street name. You don't get Erykah Badu without Butchie Knife Betty.
There you go.
Butchie Knife Betty.
That's my new moniker, everybody.
When you said that you knew you was of service, did you know what that was going to look like? Did you know it was going to be music?
Actually, I did not, but I don't consider that the service. I consider music my privilege, because I'm using the audience as therapists, 1,000 million therapists, to get my idea out or my thing out. Services are the things that I don't charge money for, that I do because I feel like it's the right thing, not because of a promise of heaven or accolades or a trophy, but because of integrity and the connection between two people. You know, when people hear this, they don't believe that. Nobody believes that. And it's so strange to me that people don't believe that kind of human can exist. You know, they don't believe it.
I wonder why.
Maybe it is strange. Is it strange that I don't need anything back? Or I don't ask for anything when I pray? Is it strange?
I don't think so.
No, because I think, to me, prayer is for gratitude. I find myself when I'm praying, I'm just saying thank you. And I guess coming from where I come from, a dirt road in Moss Corner, South Carolina, I always felt good. I feel like whatever God has given me in that moment is what I'm supposed to have, and I'm grateful for that.
Yeah. It seems like it's becoming more of a general consensus that we don't need anything. We're realizing that we don't need anything. And the biggest gift we probably need is peace of mind. You know, and I'm rewarded with peace of mind when I do service for others for free, for nothing, just because it's the right thing to do. Peace of mind, that's what the green juice for.
Mm-hmm.
It's what the yoga for, it's what the music is for, what the singing is for, the money is for, the bitches is for. Yeah. At one point, 2 kids and husband and house and cars for. We are looking for peace of mind. And that's how I get mine the most, service.
Do people take advantage of that, though, sometimes?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. But that's none of my business. Absolutely. Yeah.
Were there points, like Bag Lady, I was saying earlier in the room, that I remember when Bag Lady for me started hitting differently, and I was listening to it and was like, ooh, I get it now. When I was younger, I was just listening to it because it was played in my house and I loved the song, but I literally remember that feeling. For you, were there points in your life where you had to be like, ooh, I get it, like I feel it, Bag Lady, or like was this song of service for someone else?
You mean feeling my own song?
You're feeling your, just even before Bag Lady was created,
Yeah.
Maybe there was a time in your life that, you know, created or inspired the song. When did you get out of the Bag Lady phase, or what did that feel like for you?
Lauren's
what were
trying
the
to
bags?
say she has a lot of baggage. So she's trying to see if, did you have a lot too, or was it just a song?
What I'm saying is, what I realized is, number one, with my mom, I never understood why she couldn't be happy about certain things. And then I got older and I'm like, man, you carrying so much stuff. I tell her all the time, like, just let that go. Like, we can handle that.
Recently, a couple of men have told Lauren that
she needs to heal.
We
She
are
needs
not
to
doing
heal.
this with Queen Badu.
A couple of men did that to Lauren. They said,
It's
I'll
a lot
spin the
over
block, but you need to heal. You need to work on yourself.
Who said this to you?
First of all, the 2 people that said it to me, they probably can't even spell heal. So that's
what y'all think about the 2 guys that said it to her?
They right.
I think they're right.
But she on a journey. I told her all the time.
She's on a journey, and the 2 men that you respect
one of them I respect.
told you that you need to work on yourself.
Yes.
As an insult or as encouragement and love?
The second one, I think it was an insult and deflecting. The first
It's
one,
all
I think
about
it
the
was,
intention.
Yeah, the first one, I think it was like, he really cares. Like, that's why when he said it, I was like, okay. I hear you. And I'm in a point in my life now where I can do the accountability.
So
like,
does he need to work on himself as well?
Yes, he does.
Does he know?
Yes, he does.
Okay, cool.
Second one, really no. Like, it's...
He really know he got to work on himself.
I don't even want nothing to do with that anymore. Like, it's bad. But I asked that because, like, I just feel like as I got older and realized how much you do care, especially emotionally sometimes,
Yeah.
it weighs into other things and it closes doors or it cuts off relationships or you just miss out on good things. And every time I listen to that song, I'm like, man, how did she know that people was going to need this?
I don't know. You know, I was writing what I felt, you know, in my heart. And, you know, I did hear it later, and I talking to myself, my future self.
Where were you at that time of your life when you were talking to your future self? Like, what was the transitions you were trying to make?
I think I was transitioning out of a relationship where I was not happy about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And realizing that I had to leave some things behind, some parts of me behind. So it felt like a funeral of sorts, you know, like because you have a part of you has to die. Every time you evolve, you got to leave it back there. You know, you want it because it's familiar.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times we like to resort to the familiar, even if it's toxic. You know, so you have to leave that corpse. That beautiful old you has to be left, and you have to walk forward and not look back. That's the hardest part, not leaving the people, but it's leaving your old ways and you. Yeah.
It's a lot of discipline.
It is. It is.
When did you get to the point where you knew you had? When did you get to the point where you loved every version of yourself, though?
I don't know when that happened, but I definitely do. Yeah, I look forward to waking up and getting to do things, getting to experience, getting to test out my kindness. You know, I prayed for kindness. I was like, I want to practice kindness. You know, my last big, whatever meltdown we were going through, 2020 or somewhere. I just want to practice kindness. 2 or 3 days later, I went to the airport. My ticket was wrong. My bags got put somewhere else. They were left on the tarmac of all bags, mine. The lady was talking to me crazy, asked me, this is first class, you can't put your, you know, that whole routine. It was everything that was hard. So I was assuming that the creator was saying, well, here, practice on this. If you want to practice kindness, here, I'll give you some things to practice on, because you just don't get to be there.
How did that work out?
Worked out great. Some parts.
When the last time Mama wanted to pull out a gun, though?
At the airport.
At the airport.
But I just settled for having my fist balled up like Arthur. And yeah, I got through it because it took me a little bit to realize what was happening. Like, wait a minute. Okay, I see what this is. I see what this is. You know, and yeah.
I really don't see you getting outside of your vibe, your zone.
What vibe do you think I got?
I
I'm
don't
your
know.
Erykah Badu. Tell me about it.
I don't, but every time I see you, you just seem mellow, chill, and at peace. I don't.
This is the place to be. Mellow, chill, and at peace. There's no reason in here to be any other kind of way. If anybody else comes on y'all show without this, call me. Just shine a light on that.
You're also playing Lucille in the Netflix movie, The Piano Lesson. Were you a fan of the play?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I went to HBCU, Grambling State University. I was a theater major. I was a thespian. So we did a lot of August Wilson material, Lorraine Hansberry, and a myriad of black authors and playwrights. But we did do that play as well. And Lucille's part is very tiny, you know. But the most important role I played was composing music for the movie. Malcolm Washington, who is Denzel's son, is directing, and he called me and asked if I would put together some music for it. And I called my very good friend Daniel Jones, God rest his soul. Safe journey, Daniel Jones. He came and put some beautiful pieces together, 1930s, and I wrote lyrics over them.
Wow.
And they're used in the movie, The Piano Lesson. It's gonna be on Netflix.
So before we get this collaboration album, I think November 8th, right?
November 8th.
So before we get this collaboration album, we getting original music on this soundtrack.
Yes. You are.
Ooh.
Yeah. 1920s, 30s, so there's an acquired taste.
Period piece type.
Period piece type.
Does acting feel like restricted to you? Does it feel like it's restricting you in any way? Or does it?
No, it just feels like work.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. My touring and music doesn't feel like work. But acting does feel like work.
I can't even see you on the set. It feel like you don't seem like the hurry up and wait type. Like you want to be doing something. Like
yeah, I do. I got something. I'm gonna bring an easel and some paint. I really miss my kids being little. That really took up a lot of my playtime. I just want to play all the time. Make something, play, paint, do something. And I have to carry everything with me to make that happen. Like if I'm working on a movie set, because there are long hours. And I should be reading over my lines, but I always wait and do it the last minute. Yeah. But no, I don't really dig that too much, being an actor in a film. I like theater, though. I think that's a wonderful place. I like the immediate connection between you and the audience.
And you only get like one take to do it when you're on that stage.
Yeah, that's it.
It was live.
That's what's beautiful about it. Yeah, one stop.
Denzel, he's producing the piano lesson, right?
Yes.
Was he involved? Like, was he?
He was around, but he stepped back and let his children work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What do you learn from your children now that they're grown?
So many things.
Hmm?
Like I told you guys, there are definitely improvements on my design. And Puma is at a place now at 20 that I was 30 before I was at her level of understanding and emotional intelligence and compassion for people, integrity, discipline. Yeah, I was still a child, kind of, at 20. I learned a lot from them, and they aren't very judgmental, so they just kind of go along with whatever I do. We never had rules. It was just do what I say, and they did that and watched me. I never hid anything from them. So, yeah, they're having their turn at showing me and teaching me patience and severity. Mama, you got to say what you feel what you say. Tell that nigga this. That's Mars.
They telling you that?
That's Jay Electronica, little girl. Mars. Yeah, they will. They'll tell me, hey, you can only be so kind now. Da, 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 da. And our favorite saying is a Kabbalistic saying that severity without mercy is cruelty, and mercy without severity is weakness. So we try to walk that line. Kindness isn't only being, appearing nice. Kindness is also telling somebody to beat it.
That's right.
Be kind to yourself.
Could you write an ode to hip hop now in 2024? Like based off this era of music, would hip hop be the love of your life right now?
It still is, always.
Okay.
You only have one love.
Mm-hmm.
You're lucky just to have just one love.
Mm-hmm.
Who am I quoting?
One love, one
Houdini.
love. Yeah.
Houdini.
Yeah.
And who did it over?
Nas.
Yeah. Okay, I was just trying to see if it was some B-boys and B-girls in the room.
I'm from New York, so that's my.
I'm saying,
Word.
y'all were looking to be like, why you asking that?
No, I didn't ask that.
That's simple arithmetic.
I knew what it was.
Yeah.
How's the relationship evolved though, or changed? Because relationships
Between me
change.
and hip hop?
Yeah.
It has not, because hip hop is still here. It's recorded.
Mm-hmm.
It can never go away. Nobody can take it away. It has been recorded in time. Hip hop will be televised. It is down. I can access it at any point in time, so it is there. Yeah. So I feel the same way.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about people having a conversation now about it being like the third, like most popular genre behind what Latin music, I think, in country music? Like, how do you feel about that? Because like I think
hip hop.
Yes, hip hop. At one point, go ahead.
No, it's not third. It's first. I'm talking about all over the planet, everywhere I go. Gaza, Australia, New Zealand, Argentina, Africa, Mexico, everywhere I go, we are praying to different gods, different names of God, but everybody is nodding their heads in agreement to the one, kicking the snare. Hip hop is like, it's the religion. It's it's what brings us all together, the whole world. Yeah, hip hop is the biggest. They know that. Oh, they talking about
Sales.
Oh,
like all that
Yeah.
stuff.
Sales, not culture, sales.
Oh, okay.
I feel like culture-wise, they wouldn't even be able to understand it to rank it. But
What made Jay Dilla so brilliant? We're going to get you out of here. 'Cause I
What
know
made
you-
him so brilliant?
Yeah, what made him so brilliant?
His approach to music was authenticity. He was authentic. That's what made him different. He had a metronome, and he was true to it. He didn't never use the quantization button. He never quantized. It was always his inner metronome. So the snares were live. Usually when we produce, we are using a kick and a snare button, and we push a button called quantize, and it puts it on the grid, on the 2 and the 4.
So it's the same all the time.
Yes, which gives us a certain swing, depending on what feel you want. But
I never knew that.
Dilla's feel was his feel because it was always live.
So he would do
Maybe a
it
couple of quantized things, he had a little tricks here and there with the snares, but for the most part, he was very simple and unquantized.
So for 4 minutes, he would actually play the beat, so the snares wouldn't necessarily be on the.
Yeah.
Which is amazing because it's feeling.
Not
It's based off
necessarily
of feeling.
all the time. Sometimes he would just play the kick and the snare live, or play the kick and snare live and do the hi-hats live all the way down, or the shakers, because those are laying back. So his beats laid back. I don't know how to explain it, but he had a laid back. He was on his own beat rhythm, and he brought all of us to that place.
I never knew that.
Yeah, it was a certain hump that he has. Can't be explained, but that's what made him so special, and his choices and samples, and his collection of music. He was a historian. He was also you have to be mathematical, but I told stories before how when I opened his refrigerator, all the Coke cans would be lined up like
Straight.
so symmetrically. I wouldn't want to get one, but I don't drink Coke no way. But, I had to make that clear.
As you sipping your green juice.
People,
That'd be another,
people crazy.
that's another endorsement.
Now I seen the beehive chased you a little bit for a little bit.
Where's the Beehive now?
I ain't
Still on
seen it.
Twitter. Where?
I ain't seen the Beehive in a long time. And I love peace. They don't know I like it. Love peace. They're my totem. Yeah. We ain't seen them lately, though. Have y'all?
I ain't seen none. You ain't seen.
They gonna tear me up.
Yep, you gonna see him tomorrow.
I'm gonna see them tomorrow.
I like the tweet when you said, Jay, you gonna let this woman in these bees say something, Jay? You gonna let this woman in these bees do this to me?
Say something.
I don't know why people take things so serious. It's just my sense of humor.
That's right.
Yeah.
I love Jay.
When you saw the cover though, knowing that there is the inspiration, like do those inspiration moments, are you feeling like, oh my God, they saw what I was trying to do, they love it, they still doing it?
Yeah.
Or do you feel like, oh, that was mine? Like, don't bite.
I have to be very careful with this because my children are watching me, and that generation is watching. And as much as we love our art, it doesn't belong to us once it goes out in the world. However, you can't manage what people are going to do with the art. You can't manage whether they're going to duplicate it or do another interpretation of it or just enjoy it or use it as an inspiration. You can't manage that, but you don't have to remain silent about it. Yeah. You can, if it makes you feel a way, you should say something about it. Yeah.
But outside of that, there are a lot of artists that get there. You can tell their style, their approach, everything from you. And you do see that. Does that bother you, or do you look at it like, I put my art out there and it is what it is? Or do you mind only if they don't show you respect and love and say, well, it came from here?
As I mature more, I have less of a need to own something. And the more I let go of it, the more I am acknowledged. Isn't that something? Yeah. The more I let go of the need of that, then you get a call and say, hey, we want to give you an award. That's how the universe works in my world. So I saw that, and I was very proud of that award and proud of that moment because I had let go of some things that were no longer evolving me, thinking. And And then there it comes. They give it to you because I became it. Because they don't give you what you want. They give you what you are. Yeah.
Ooh, that's a ball. Y'all heard that one?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. My last question, I feel like everything you do is spirit art, like I said earlier. Is it even possible for you to do any type of art without divine energy being involved?
I don't think so. Even if I'm not aware of it, it's always involved. Yeah, something. There's something. I don't know what it is, but there's something we floating on that's giving us life and choices of some sort. Yeah. We're born.
Mm-hmm.
We're told, once we're born, our religion was here already, what we're supposed to believe in, the tribe, the ways, the hunting ways, what we worship, how we worship, how we learn, how we cook, how we dress. There's a tribe, and you learn that. Hopefully you go outside of that once you are of age to explore other things, because you want to see if that is true. Then you explore even further. You want to go outside of that and see how you feel being entangled with another person, another human. And then after that, you go.
Like entangled? Entanglement? Like,
entanglement is when two cells
mm-hmm.
Meet and become something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you become entangled with another human in the next phase of your life. Then hopefully you learn that and learn some boundaries, and then now you're an individual human who's creative in spirit. And then you have to learn how to walk in that humanness, in that spiritualness. I don't know what I was saying or how we got to this. But
because I was asking you, is it possible for you to make art without that divine energy?
Nah, not for me, because I believe that. I believe that. Yeah. Do you think it's possible to do anything without divine?
Not anything meaningful.
Not anything meaningful.
Yeah.
So you think, or you feel that there's an opposite of divine?
Yes.
Yes.
I feel like there's just. I think that, you have your divine, and then you just have your human, right? So we're all spiritual beings living a human existence. So you can do all types of things in the human existence.
Right.
And you may think they feel good in the moment, and they may just, but it's not lasting. It's not fulfilling. You know when you're doing something divine. You know when God
your body
has his hand on it. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and you don't have to do much. It just
your body feels it.
You just show up and do what you do, and everything around you just move.
That's how music and performing is to me. It's the only thing in my life that is like that.
Wow.
Yeah. When I get up there, I'm not wrong. I'm not too skinny. I'm not too ugly. I'm not too anything. Everything is right.
You got some shows coming up.
I do.
Yep.
Maryland this weekend.
Yes, DC. 1st and 2nd.
Brazil on the 6th.
That's right.
In San Francisco on the 16th.
Yep.
And also, you can check out BaduWorldMarket.com if you want to get all types of things like the Funko
we ordered
Pop
that.
doll.
We ordered the
Everything
Funko
is
doll.
always sold out on there.
Yeah.
I know.
I've been waiting. Even the incense.
We don't realize how big the fan base is, the reach is. But it's amazing.
There's
for
no
me.
point in the email list because it's always sold out.
I bought you guys some Funko.
Oh.
Hey.
I have a gift for you too.
You do?
Yes,
Y'all
I
got to
do.
cut it open if you want to see it. Wow.
What is it?
Thank you so much.
Oh, this is the figure that you created, right?
Yeah, this is the Funko
The
Pop.
Funko Pop,
And
we
this
just
is the Funko Pop is this collective.
Look at this. Look at this email. Look at this. I forwarded this to my wife, and I like this. She sent me back this morning. It's so cute. Now we got one.
There you go.
So they're a pop culture vinyl toy collective, and they specialize in artists or icons.
Not Metamite.
Yeah.
Oh, they specialize in not being able to
We need to
open
put a
it.
shelf up there. Put one
Yeah, I
up there
want
on
to
that
show it on
shelf.
camera.
What?
He'll get it before me.
Yeah,
My
I gotta,
nails ain't gonna let me.
Okay. And she's cute.
Man.
Yes.
Jam Master J.
So this first one they did is the Call Tyrone video.
Mm-hmm.
So that we, I actually reached out to Funko to do this because I thought it was important for my kids to have these. They love Funkos.
That's dope.
And I surprised them one day and said, I have a Funko.
That's so dope.
Like, your own Funko? You? I was like, yeah.
You.
Yeah. With you?
This is beautiful.
Yeah.
That's dope. Well, thank you again for joining us. We always appreciate you.
Absolutely. I appreciate you, too.
No, we do. Definitely do.
No, we love you, value
Absolutely.
you, appreciate you. I literally just told somebody last week, I said, I don't play about Erykah Badu.
Hi.
We was
I
in there
know
having a
that's right. I don't play
conversation.
about Charlamagne either, or Envy
There you go.
at all. And I
There
don't
you
play
have it.
about you either, sis.
Thank you.
And if something happen, you call me.
I got you. I'm gonna call you
Yeah.
because Charlamagne be acting up in here. Honestly,
That's not
sometimes.
true.
I don't believe that.
Oh, well. I might
I
need
don't
to
believe nothing like
confide.
that. Don't do that.
It'd be hard.
Don't do that, sis.
It'd be tough.
He be tough.
What? He is.
That's
What?
not
All you
true.
gotta do is just light some incense. He'll calm down.
Now we got the Badu pussy in here. Maybe he'll relax.
Everybody
I got
gonna
this at the
relax.
house.
Uh-huh.
Everybody gonna relax.
Yes.
There you go.
Thank you, though.
Yeah, within a
Well,
30-mile radius. Everybody gonna be relaxed. I appreciate y'all always supporting me,
Well, it's Erykah
Brothers.
Badu.
sister.
It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Thank
Good
you.
morning.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.